Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, the one and only Strawberry Ice. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video. Sorry, life gets in the way and sometimes you can't do what you love. I love doing this. Hope you guys do too, because I enjoy doing it. Anyway, there's so much to get into. We got my Reds. From the year that they just had, it's kind of funny. I actually feel a little better about the team going into next year than I have felt in a really long time. Since about 2012 when we had the devastating loss to the San Francisco Giants. We won't go into that right now. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty good about them because I like the top three starting rotation we have going into next year. I like Senzel in center field. I think you keep him in center field, I think he can become a Gold Glove center fielder. Aquino, the Punisher, baby. Woo! Now, I don't expect him to hit, what do you end up with? 17 home runs in 2 months? I don't expect that to happen. But if he can hit 30 and knock in 100 and bat around 300, that's fine with me. I'll take that. That'd be good. Now, you had the sophomore slump. We'll see what happens. But those two going forward, great. Suarez, just keep doing what you're doing, dude. He's awesome. Joey Votto. I love Joey. I love Joey Votto. This year, I think he got too much into the launch angle and stuff. Everybody keeps saying, oh, you're making all this money and all this stuff. You should be hitting, 25,000 home runs and everything. He's a number 2 hitter right now. That's what Joey Votto is. He's a number 2 hitter. We need him to concentrate on getting on base and scoring runs. If the Reds can get themselves a leadoff hitter, I'm hoping maybe in a shortstop position, second baseman, somewhere around there, because they did come out and say they're going to spend some money, so I'm thinking you get a leadoff hitter that you play short or second, go with him in front of Votto and start to get the game going. I think we have a chance of having a really good year next year. Now, I agree with them getting rid of their hitting coach, because if they don't change the way their philosophy is in hitting, we're going to have the same results we had this year, because we crushed it. First inning, I think we scored more runs than anybody in baseball. After that, we couldn't score. I mean, we could get on base, but we could not get that hit. We lost so many one-run games this year. It was ridiculous. They need to get back to... You play in GABP. For those of you who don't know, Great American Ballpark. It's a fan box. Line drives go out there. You don't need to have launch angles. I mean, it helps, but try it. Once you get 2 strikes, choke up. Concentrate on just getting a hit. We don't need home runs all the time. I mean, I old school. I like to hit and run. I like stealing bases. I like people on the bases doing things. I mean, if you come up and you either hit a home run or you strike out, that's kind of boring baseball if you ask me. But that, unfortunately, is the way that baseball is going right now. So, I'm hoping that the new hitting coach, whoever he is, changes the philosophy in hitting. Because I think we got guys who can hit. We got guys who can play. I'm relatively happy with the team. I don't think you need to do a whole lot of changes and go out and change a whole lot of players, because I think the guys there can do it. I really do think the philosophy of hitting. Take the Boston Red Sox last year. They were a grinded out, batter to batter team. St. Louis Cardinals, who I hate, by the way, and I was very disappointed in the Atlanta Braves, but they scored 13 runs, 9 of them in the first inning. No home runs. So you can score without hitting a home run. And I think the Reds just fell in love with trying to hit home runs. Now, the way David Bell managed, it's the new way you do it. I don't really like it as much. I mean, sometimes, especially when we got 3 horses in our starting rotation that we're going to have next year, I'm kind of hoping he'll not go to the bullpen in the 3rd inning as fast as he did this year. That would be nice. But you never know. So, I mean, they do need to shore up the bullpen and get some better arms in there and get some good relievers that we can count on. Iglesias, I think Iglesias will be fine. Iglesias, you cannot, David Bell, when you have Iglesias as your closer, that man cannot come in a tie game. He can't come in the 8th inning He is an old school, one-inning guy. That's what he is. And you tried it, and that's when most of the time he failed. If he comes in with the lead, I'm okay with it. That's what I kind of hope they do. So anyway, I'm very excited about the Reds. I wish they're in the playoffs this year. I really miss being in the playoffs. Anyway, moving on to my Bearcats. Right over there. See the C Paul. Football team. Oh my goodness. Luke Fickell, you are the man. I'm having so much fun watching this team. I've gone to 2 games this year. Both of them nighttime at Nippert. Now, for all of you who don't know what Nippert is, that's the stadium where the Bearcats play. It's right in the middle of campus. At nighttime, I'll take that place. That's got to be it's got to be a top 10 of college football atmospheres to go watch a game at. I mean, because it's in the middle of campus. They've been playing football there for 100 years. I mean, you just don't get that places. I mean, Alabama hasn't played in the stadium they play. They play in basically an NFL stadium. I mean, it's one of the best places to watch a college football game. So if you ever get a chance to go watch a Bearcat game at Nippert, go at night. It is awesome. Now, my boy Luke Fickell has been a godsend since we had Tommy Tuberville. But the problem is, for me, this is his 3rd year. He's doing really good. If we get past SMU and Memphis, we're going to go to a pretty good bowl game, I think, this year. Now, in Bearcat coaches of the past, D'Antonio, my boy Brian Kelly, who I know Bearcat fans are still mad at, but he's coming back for the 10-year anniversary. So please don't boo him. Cheer the man. He deserves that. He had a really good 3-year run for us. But yeah, Bush Jones. All 3 of them. 3 years and gone. So then we had the Tommy Tuberville years, which you just don't want to even really talk about ever again. So anyway, my point is we were at the 3rd year for Luke. I'm very nervous that he is going to get a better offer from somewhere. And there's really nothing you can do about it, because if you get a better offer from, I don't know, LSU, Michigan State, Notre Dame, we can't pay him that kind of money. You're not going to get that kind of support. I mean, you go there to those places and you win, you get statues. Hey, we might, if you go win and do some stuff here, we'll give you a statue, but it won't be the same as one of the big time programs. So, unfortunately, I understand. I'm real about it. I understand why they leave. I don't like it. I wish it wasn't like that, but it is what it is. So, right now, Bearcat fans, we need to enjoy Luke for as long as he's here. I hope it's for a really long time. That would be wonderful. Anyway, gotta move on to my Blue Jackets. CBJ, baby. Hockey season has started. Very excited. I was so excited to see Elvis in goal, and holy smokes, then I was ready for him to leave, because wow, he looked bad. I think he's going to be good. If you guys ever saw Bob Bobrovsky when he first started goaltending for the Philadelphia Flyers, he wasn't that good. That's the reason he got traded to the Blue Jackets, and we got him. So I think if Elvis is going to be good, it's just going to take a little while. Now, the Blue Jackets start off with 2 juggernauts. One, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's what we say here on my show. It's Pittsburgh. And then, usually if I wasn't on air, I'd say it with an S. You know what I mean? So we had those 2 teams, and no, they stomped us. But then the Buffalo Sabres came in, who were undefeated, and we won. So it's a young team. It's a very talented team. We lost a lot of talent. Duchesne, Breadman, Bob. You lose all 3 of those guys, they're very, very hard to replace. You just don't go find guys like that. But I think Texier's good. I think Elvis is going to be good eventually. So it might be a double team with the goaltenders, with the Blue Jackets. Torts, I love Torts. I think Torts is a very, very good head coach, and I think he can get the best out of these young players. What that means for this year, I don't know, because we're only 3 games into it, but I'm very excited to watch it and to see what happens, because I know last year, like January, we didn't think we were going to make the playoffs, and we did. You got to look at it this way. The freaking St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup. They were in last place, and they came back and won it. So you never know. That's why you play the games. It's not on paper. You play it for real. Now, bring it to my Bengals. See, I got the Bengals back there. Looks all big and strong. Ooh, man, it is rough watching them. After the first game, I'm like, whoa, wow, we actually might be not bad. Boy, was I wrong. I've said it before here on the show. I'll say it again. The Bengals lost their team, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, when you let Kevin Zeitler go, Andrew Whitworth go, Mohamed Sanu go, Marvin Jones go. You let all 4 of them go, and you keep guys like Pac-Man Jones, Vontaze Burfict, which neither one of them are on the team now, but they kept them and got rid of those guys. I don't know what Mike Brown expected. I mean, I understand 4 guys is pretty hard, to sign all of them, but you should at least sign 2 of them. One offensive line, at least a wide receiver. So anyway, that was the downfall, in my opinion, of the Bengals. Now, Zach Taylor has come in. I like what Zach has done. I think he's a good coach. As people are like, well, when's this great offense gonna happen? Like, well, if you've seen the offensive line, Andy Dalton is getting destroyed. Now, you say, well, Strawberry, last weekend, he didn't get sacked at all. I'm like, yeah, but did you see how many drop passes that they had? I mean, it was ridiculous. Now, I know he missed Eifert in the end zone. And look, I don't consider myself an Andy Dalton apologist, but he's not as terrible as everybody says he is. If you guys remember back to 2015, before he hurt his thumb against the freaking Steelers, he was in the MVP conversation. He was. Now, he's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Tom Brady. But there's only a couple of those quarterbacks. Those are Hall of Fame quarterbacks. You just don't go, hey, let's go draft that guy. Yeah, come here. You be our Hall of Fame quarterback. It doesn't work that way. I mean, I'm sure the Cleveland Browns would be very happy to have Andy Dalton for the last, 9 years? Since came back in 99, they haven't had a franchise quarterback yet. Now they got Baker Mayfield, who I like Baker. Don't know if he's franchise quarterback. Well, again, he's got a lot of problems. Cleveland doesn't have an offensive line either. But anyway, get back to the Bengals. The problem is, like I said, they let those guys go. They let the offensive line go. And you're like, well, they spent the last 2 draft picks on offensive linemen. Well, yes, they did. One, it was too late. They should have prepared for this sooner, because for some reason, this offensive line looks as bad as it did in the 90s. In the 90s, Mike Brown would get Corey Dillon and Carl Pickens and Jeff Blake as his quarterback, this great offense, and have no line. So, I'm not a football coach. I don't claim to be one, but I know if you're building a football team, you build it from the inside out, your offensive and defensive line. Now, our defensive line actually should be pretty good, even though we didn't get a sack on Arizona's quarterback last week, which boggles my mind. But anyway, our offensive line is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. I mean, I know they drafted a first-round pick this year, but he's hurt. So, and then I posted a story about that the Bengals are, I guess, considering trading A.J. Green to the Patriots. Now, I love A.J. Green. I would hate to see him playing for anybody else but the Bengals. But I understand for his sake, and he's only got, 4 or 5 more years. If he wants to go and win a Super Bowl, good place to go is New England. That's a great organization. They run it really well. But in my honest opinion, I can totally see Mike Brown saying, "Oh, we gotta, completely rebuild." Which, in my opinion, that's what we're doing right now, anyway. But I think he's going to pull the plug and not sign AJ Green and not sign Andy Dalton. And if you're not going to sign him, I say trade him so you can get some picks. So hopefully we can draft players, and it won't take us that long to get back to where we were before, and we could win a playoff game. Better yet, win a Super Bowl. Ooh, that would be unbelievable. Anyway, I know it's been a long time. That's my 2 cents. Like, subscribe, share. I'll keep trying to do these as often as I can. Hopefully I can get back to doing at least once a week. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Leave your comments down below, or on my Facebook page, you can message me on there and tell me you like me. Tell me you don't like me. Tell me you like me. Come on. I'm a likable guy. Anyway, that's just sports, baby.